So, again, the Buccaneers go into L.A. and take down the Rams. I mean, look, anything can happen in the NFL, and we see it all the time. But, Tim, I don't know who saw this score coming.
No, I don't think that anybody saw this score coming. And I get it. There seems to be some frustration for the Rams offensively. You know, Todd Gurley's not getting the workload people want to see him get. I think people want to see, a little more, out of Jared Goff, maybe more consistency out of Goff. But then the defense has kind of been, helping them out a little bit, just creating so much havoc. And so to just see it be so lopsided. Now, it ended up being a game.
Yeah.
It ended up, but for a good portion of that football game, it was more than a 2-score advantage, for the Bucs on the road. I mean, I think that was what was surprising for me.
I think another thing that we're missing about this, which has been lost in the fact that we've talked about Todd Gurley's touches and his opportunities, is that when you say you want more out of Jared Goff, when we got more out of him, we were getting more out of Todd Gurley. And so much of this offense came off of the deep play action passes where you had deep crossers and you had Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods and Brandon Cooks, guys coming open because you had to play the run. Teams aren't having to do that right now, and this offense is struggling. And sometimes when you pay a quarterback what you paid him, you start to expect him to be more than what he was before you gave him the deal, and that's not how it happened. So the Rams do have to find themselves offensively, but I think when you have the type of turnovers that they had against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you're going to give up some points. And you saw Eric Weddle trying to get this defense hyped and trying to get this defense to make plays, and they just couldn't turn it on today. So if I'm them, I'm concerned going into Seattle on Thursday.
But that's the thing.
Ryan makes a good point about the run game and the pass game. Yeah. If you just think about Sean McVay, everyone kind of talks about him like he invented offense or whatever. Right. But the truth is,
that's real, though.
he comes from kind of the Mike Shanahan, Gary Kubiak, that tree of coaching. When you just think about those offenses, and they've been amazing, and the guys that he's learned under have been tremendous coaches. But a big part of what they've done is run the football well, and then their misdirection play-action game has really been what has separated them from kind of other teams offensively.
But here's the deal. The Rams, they put up 40 points today. Granted, they got a pick six as part of it, but you're playing Jameis Winston and the Buccaneers. Like, how do you have them get 28 points in the first half on you,
I'm gonna tell you what's happening. If you have been watching the Bucs the last 3 weeks, Jameis Winston has been better. And this is a guy we like to beat up on. You go back to game 1 where he throws the 2 interceptions for touchdowns against the San Francisco 49ers. That's starting to look different if you're a 49ers fan or if you're that team. And so watching Jameis Winston progress in the last 3 weeks has been fun to watch with Bruce Arians and Byron Leftwich, their offense coordinator, have been able to do. But the 55 points come because you turn the ball over if you're Jared Goff.
Are you extending Jameis Winston?
Not yet. Not yet. Absolutely not.
Put up 50 points,
Absolutely not.
You said he's getting better.
I said, hey, listen, guys, I said he was getting better. It couldn't really get worse. It could not really get worse.
Fair point.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app, and for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.